Hey everyone, we're back. Welcome to Action Figure Powwow. My name is Jay, and joining me as always is the mighty Marvel master himself, Paul Shearman.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm suffering
Yeah.
in the heat, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's all good.
I'm loving it. Although I did get a bit of sunburn the other day, which is something I've never had before. So
Really?
I was like, yeah.
We're
But yeah,
sunscreen kids. There's our first public service
there you
announcement
go.
tonight.
Our first public service announcement. So, are you all ready to talk toys?
I'm always ready to talk toys. Now, I've got a little setup of my latest purchases and a few little surprises off camera, so we can chat through.
Yeah, I'm jealous of some of the ones that you got, man. Some of the ones you got, like, oh, man, that's absorbing.
Done all right. Yeah, I've done all right lately. I've
Very,
had a
very cool.
really good couple of weeks, and I've got a load more orders of some old figures on the way as well. So yeah,
I saw a couple that you had on order. Yeah, they look good.
And they're really good. And so I've got the Batroc, which was £18.
That's
loose,
good.
Not boxed, but £18 in
Second-hand
condition. Second hand, but only taken out the box to you build the Bath figure, so the figure's in top condition.
Awesome.
The Thunderball from the Wrecking Crew, which is in great condition, at £19. I've been looking. I'm watching at the moment. I'm watching all four of the Wrecking Crew, but it's £250. And there's like no way it can't fall, and especially not now getting Thunderball for 20s.
No, now you want to try and get them all. Yeah.
So I definitely want to get the Wrecker, but equally I keep thinking, like we all say, these things will come around again. So they'll come around again at some point.
Yeah, I mean that absorbing man, I'd love to have.
Oh, he's so good. I'm really impressed with him.
I have a feeling they'll do a new version at some point. How old? This is quite old, right? That one.
Yeah, so that's 2000. That's 2009 Build-A-Figure.
Yeah. So,
but he's in excellent condition, really well looked after. And again, he's from a saved. I've got quite a few saved collectors on eBay, and then they make one saying we're collectors. They're kept well. We prefer to sell them to collectors. They're smoke free, pet free houses. They're well looked after, and he's in absolutely perfect condition. Yeah, and then the same with the Scorpion that's just tucked away here as well.
Oh, did you just get him?
Yeah, so I got him. Yeah, I got him a couple of weeks ago now. So
okay. Nice. Yeah. How much was he then?
So he was 21.
That's not bad.
Really impressed with that price.
Man, I really got to learn some eBaying skills from you, dude.
It's eBay, and it's all the way. You just got to be patient and just continually, in between working and occasionally sleeping, I just scour eBay for bargains and just. But there's some really cool collectors on there. But yeah, he's in perfect condition. No second head or hands came loose, which is a bit of a shame because I would have maybe liked one where the mask is a bit. Standing them up. There we go. The tail works perfectly for standing them up. So yeah, got those, and then I went and bought Hercules from the Avengers as well, which is on the way. And then this morning I made an offer on the Daredevil in the yellow costume.
Oh yeah.
The brown gloves and boots at £22, which is in perfect condition.
Wow. Out of box,
so that's out of box. But that's on the way as well. So really pleased with those. So yeah, got a nice little set on the way. Nice little set. And then you've
and you got that Loki. You got that Loki, didn't you?
Got the Loki, love the Loki. Yeah, really pleased with Loki. He came boxed with the Bath part, absolutely perfect condition.
Wow, he was more expensive, though, right?
Yeah, he was, and he was 31, I think, from memory, which I don't mind paying. It's perfect with a box as well, and the box was mint. And I'd recently got the Thor as well, which I know you've got and got out of the box, and I've got a boxed one, but now I've got one that's out the box, goes perfectly with that. So he's going to be my. I've done some absorbing man shots, which I'll put up on. Yeah, I'm just going to have him Evil Schemer in the background, I think. Which I got the inspiration.
You have him in your background. I have him in my background.
You're my inspiration, man. You're the inspiration for that. I absolutely love pictures with that Trooper in the back. I love it. It's so good.
I have him standing there because he's always just getting his lunch. He's like, oh, this is happening.
Love it. I love it, and that was the inspiration for doing that. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So we've had a few bits announced from Marvel. Well, no, we didn't have a lot of Marvel because last time we spoke, we had all the X-Men stuff. So we had the Wolverine without his shirt on, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's all the announcements that were going through all different channels.
That's
and
it. Age of Apocalypse, yeah.
Showing each one. And then I think that at that point it was still happening, and now we all know that it's a box set, an exclusive box set, which I mean, a lot of people aren't happy about that.
No.
Myself being one, just because I really only wanted maybe a couple of those. I didn't want all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not really willing to buy the box full of all these figures, especially it's going to be like 180 quid or something.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that, right?
Yeah. And
so
and it takes away what I think was a really good idea of letting collectors and fans do reveals, because they then like gone 2 steps forward and 1 back by then going, oh, it's a box set.
Yeah.
And straight away, all that excitement for those figures, like we would do, one was released every day, and we're looking at going, want that one. So you think, okay, 20 quid there, maybe 60 quid I'm going to spend on this. No, double it, and then add another 20 odd quid. That's your box set, and that's frustrating, because if they said that right at the start,
it's a weird decision, right? Because there will be some people, you have like the completists, or you have like collectors that maybe keep them in box, or you have, there'll be some people who genuinely go, oh, I want that one, I want all of them, right? But I think the majority of people that have been, I want, 2 or 3 of them, or,
I think you're 100% right.
And it's kind of like, well,
it's odd choices for box sets, because I think, again, I'm talking for myself, and I might be a complete minority in this one, but if you picked classic teams, from either from comics or from the cartoon series or from movies, whatever, and you put classic teams together, by and large, I think you've got a bigger market of collectors for those, because if you read that comic, or you watched that movie, or you love that cartoon show, you'd buy that set, even if there's only and I think in those sorts of sets, you will generally be happy on at 6, for example, there'd be at least 4 that you want, and therefore I think you don't have too much of a decision to make if you're a collector about getting those extra 2 figures. You think that's fine. I'll take a set of 6. But the waves are creeping up. The last few waves are creeping up to 7, and now you're getting these box sets as well, and it's getting harder and harder to collect full waves.
That box set made me wonder, because obviously there's been little hints recently. Is Excalibur going to be a box set? Well, the Fantastic Four in their classic
absolutely,
outfit, they're going to be a box set. Now, what you were saying is right. You put out a Fantastic Four in a set like that. Well, I probably want all of them, so I'm going to buy them all. Excalibur. Are they going to do that with them? Would they? I don't know. I mean, and is this a good way of making your money? I mean, it's an exclusive. Was it an Amazon exclusive? Is that right?
Amazon exclusive, yeah.
So if it comes up on the UK one, forget about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's painful anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I wonder if you lose a bit of sales on that.
I think you pin your market down to a very niche corner. Well, for a number of reasons. One, you pin it down to X-Men fans.
Yeah.
For this latest box set, you pin it down to very specific set. Like, I mean, I know we were talking. I was thinking, I will get that Wolverine because I want the head. I don't particularly want a shirtless Wolverine, but I wanted the head to put on the House of X Wolverine. Now, as luck would have it, I managed to scoop the 80th.
You did.
The anniversary.
I saw this
for 15 quid.
I saw this one somewhere. I think it was at 20 quid, and I was thinking of buying it, especially because of the head. Yeah. And
I'm when I see it in front of me, I will buy way more figures than I normally would when I'm in a shop and I see them. If there's ones I look at online and go, maybe, it's no decision. So I'm getting that. And again, it came with the second head. So it came with the angry face.
That looks so cool.
And it worked perfectly with the House of X figure. And I've got a similar Brown and Beige costume from about 8-9 years ago as well, which is it's the body's
with the
thinner,
proper boots,
with the proper boots, exactly. So it goes on there as well. So I've got options.
Nice.
I've got good options. That was a bitch to stand up earlier. I bet it won't stand now. I'm gonna put them down here next to Crossbones. So there we go. So if you get, it's maybe one or two in a way. I think if you niche market it like that, I think you cut your audience straight away. But you know what? I think I look at what Hasbro are doing now. Just taking Marvel Legends example, I don't think they're after the general sales anymore. The kids, you know, the kids will get into these and come through. The kids are going to get into them now through us.
Yeah.
Through older collectors or older nerds that have got kids, and you know, I know I've got another 10 years in me of collecting action figures based on the fact that I've got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a win-win for me. You know, I don't care. I collect them anyway. You know, but it's a win-win on that basis. And you know, and I will bring through probably another generation of two collector fans. But it gets harder on that when you get these sets all the time, and it doesn't necessarily seem to be going away anytime soon. And equally, the waves are you're getting more waves of 7 now as well. So
yeah, you were saying, we have noticed that.
Yeah, but I mean that's only really a Marvel Legends thing. You know, if you look at what they're doing with the Joes, for example.
Right, look at what they're doing with the Joes.
And I've got to not look at what they're doing with the Joes.
You must look at what they're doing with Joes. Now, first, so that is really the other main reveal. I mean, Marvel, the only other thing is we had the Miles Morales Invisibility from the Gamerverse. That was today that came out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. There has.
We haven't really missed a lot. They have promised what they said they would. They did say that June would be slower. I didn't see much evidence of that when they did the X-Men. They did the Age Apocalypse wave, and then they did the Wolverine reveals with the 5 figures with the different collectors, which was a great idea. But they have slowed down since then, to be honest. You did get one more. You got something almost civilian. I can't remember who it was now. The one's got like a civilian. Oh, you got Agent Morbius from Loki.
Yes, and I've got him on pre-order, of course.
Yeah. Of course, he's a bystander.
Because he's a great suit for J. Jonah Jameson as well. A brown suit.
There you go.
Totally.
There you go. Absolutely.
So then the other thing that they've done is they had a couple of Star Wars Black Series reveals. A lot of them were ones that have been released before. There was nothing that really excited me there. And they've done, I can't even remember the character's name. There's been a new Wookiee that's from one of the old games, I think it was from.
Okay.
Yeah, so that came out today. But I've not really been paying a lot of attention to the Black Series. I've pretty much finished collecting those. If there's one or two characters that if they were to release them, I'm like, oh, they've never done that one, or I want that one.
But you're happy with that.
But my collection for what I've got there, I'm pretty much done with it. You know, you'd have to have some specific ones I've been waiting for, or, you know, something like that. You know, something that never came out and I always wanted.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm solely Legends and Joes. So they've been doing releases of those. They're going to be. They did the announcement on the Fan First Friday, as they do, and they're going to be releasing them sporadically throughout the month. So the first one was Snake Eyes with Timber, right? Snake Eyes in his Commandos, Alpha Commandos. Wicked, right? So it uses the Beachhead and Firefly body,
right?
But it's got the old I call it a paintball mask head.
It is, like that, and it's from the classic issue 21, which was the silent one when he was attacked in the mountain
Silent Interlude
cabins.
Yeah,
amazing.
One of the greatest comics ever.
Fantastic.
When are we getting Storm Shadow, the proper version?
I know that.
Right?
In my head, I'm going, please no. If you get Storm Shadow, Serpentor, and then there's not Dr. Mindbender yet, is there?
Not yet, no.
No,
yet.
I know they'll be the ones that tip me.
Really?
I know.
Dr. Mindbender, really?
Yeah, because because it just takes me back to the period of the Joe comics that I loved after issue 50, after they did the assault on Cobra Island, when Ripcord and Zartan swapped places, and Storm Shadow was, you know, inverted commas, killed by Baroness, and he went into trance, and he got so.
Yeah.
Then they got into an era where, you know, you got the weirdness of Serpentor and Dr. Mindbender and Tomax and Zaymot, and then you had the Cobra Civil War and Deathstroke.
They've got to be a double pack, right?
Yeah, 100%, haven't they? Absolutely. And then Destro rocks up in his Iron Grenadier gear, the gold,
Which
the gold
I wish they'd
headpiece.
done that instead of Pimp Destro. I mean,
I
I bought
know,
Pimp Destro,
absolutely.
and it's a lovely looking figure. I never unboxed it, but it's a lovely looking figure. But I'm kind of like, come on, man. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, but see, the thing is, I think that this is what I've been trying to get across to you, right? Is so they had that Operation Blackout video game, and just going back, Cobra Commander is always my favorite. So as soon as they announced it, I was like, I gotta buy it. So the designs of these ones that have been coming out have been tied in with that game, and they've all got that slightly sort of like, you know, cybery, you know, the Storm Shadow, who's not out now, he had like a sort of metal bit on his mask and all that stuff. But then with these announcements, looks like they're kind of going back to the original a bit, obviously updated, right?
Yeah. It's their own take on it, but you can see where they've honed in on the look and feel, can't you?
So we've got our 4th version of Roadblock. That was actually the first one that they announced. Now, I would say to you that it's worth getting these. I've said this to you before, but this Roadblock looks like Roadblock you knew. Now they're coming with proper guns. The others came with Nerf guns, right? Which for me, I never had a problem with like Cobra having those, because I'm like, you know, they've got Mars technology. It could be like something. But I'm kind of thinking, you know, Joe's want to have real guns. Although I would like AKs for my Cobra Troopers and stuff, because, you know, it looks better. And also the comics compared to the cartoons, it got a bit more realism. But you know what I mean. The sort of
absolutely.
So this Roadblock comes with this big, like that big heavy gun that he's got. I don't know what it's called. And he's got the same colours as the original one, but he comes with his helmet, and obviously the helmet in the old ones, you know, is the more basic old style military helmet. The new one is like the fast helmets that you get nowadays, where you know, clip things on and how they look. But it's him, just the modern version, and I really like the look of it. So they announced him. Pre-order went live as soon as that thing ended. They're like, you know, 6 p.m. UK time, whatever it was.
That's right.
And I was like, gotta buy it. And I was like, damn. And I was like, I hope they don't do anything else I like. So then, obviously, Snake Eyes and Timber.
Snake Eyes and Timber.
Dude, Timber's awesome. Timber is like, he's got 2 heads. So he's got his straight face and growling.
He's got angry.
Right?
Brilliant.
The head is fully articulated, like your Legends. The body is fully articulated. It's got a hip swivel, bend,
I saw an image and I thought, is
the
that
paws
right?
move, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. And I'm thinking, okay, all right. You know, Baroness with the coil, she was $39.99. Sure, that I'll go to 40, and it comes out for 50. And I'm like, buy. And I'm like, fuck, 50. I don't want to spend £50. So I was like, oh no, man, like because I think 50 is a lot of money. But I really wanted Snake Eyes and Timber. Like,
the Snake Eyes and Timber was 50, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I looked at it thinking, I would want the original Snake Eyes with the you know, the visor.
You can still get it.
I know you can, and that's what worried me, because I'm thinking, fuck me, that's 70 quid to get those. Because I would want to put that Snake Eyes with Timber,
which you would be able to if you had this set, right? And if you had this set, and then Storm Shadow came out, you could also relive Silent Interlude.
I could, and then I would go and buy Zartan, and then I would go and buy Flynn.
Zartan's a good figure.
He is a good figure. Yeah. And then I go and get Major Blood, because he was, again, from the original era.
Really nice
when
figure.
they were training Billy to assassinate Cobra Commander at the start of the Springfield story. Fine. So.
And the thing is, now they've got you got I think more stock is appearing of like Cobra infantry, stuff like that. So they're starting to get them in a bit more now. Still no Vipers, which is ridiculous. Anyway, so they announced those. All right, cool. Then the next one they've announced, which is an updated version, and I think it is connected to the Operation Blackout, but it looks pretty much the same as the original. It's just got a few updates, nothing major. It's Barbecue. Which Barbecue, you know, he's a firefighter, so he's not really someone that I'm like, oh, you know, you need him. However, I had him as a kid. and the figure looks cool.
Yeah.
So that's not
And
being
that's what
released
kicks in.
yet. And as soon as that's announced, I'll be
Yeah.
buying that one.
Yeah.
And then they had Breaker and the Ram motorbike, the one that's got the gun on the side.
Yeah, on the side of it. Yeah.
And I think that looks wicked, man. That looks really nice. And don't put that out at £50 because it's gonna like get me in a lot of trouble. Because you know what the problem is, right? The pre-order comes out, and then you go due September, and then you go to like a few days later, another one comes out due September. Well, you haven't taken my money yet.
Yeah.
Right. And on the pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse, you can't pay. So like if you buy it off Star Action Figures, for example, you
you're committed.
And pay for something now, and
that's
then I'm
right.
like, cool, whatever. I'll pay 50, then I'll pay 50 now. It's all good. I can't do that with Pulse. And the problem is, I got that free delivery on Pulse, and I'm like, I gotta go there. Although Star Action Figures had it a couple of quid cheaper, which means they would level out.
That happened a lot lately. Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem is, I'm kind of like, if I go there and they don't have it, and I miss it on Pulse, I'm going to be upset. And I'm like, Pulse has got it now. I have to go to Pulse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I end up doing that. So there's going to be a whole bunch of Joes coming. That Breaker, I've seen a few people say it, and it's a good point. If it wasn't going to be obviously expensive because it comes with a bike, but he would be a cool army builder as just like the regular Joes.
Regular Joes, yeah.
Change their head and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, the quality of the Joe figures are so good. Like I really think they're brilliant.
They are absolutely the best.
Just like
absolutely,
you know.
And I know it's a £500 investment for me because I know the ones I want. And
I think you might be all right. You might be all right because of a couple of reasons, right? As I was saying to you, the first lot were tied into Operation Blackout. So I'm starting to get the impression that all the ones that we've had are going to be re-released again, but with more classic looks. So that's why when I was saying to you about looking at it, of course I want a partner in crime when it comes to buying Joe, right? But I think it might be a jumping in point, right? I know it's still quite early into the line, but I'm starting to feel like we're going to start seeing, especially with Roadblock coming out again. We've had like 3 of him, but now we're getting him again with a more classic look. That's the one that gives me the alarm bells going, are they going to start bringing in, So if someone like yourself was interested in some characters, you might not have to go and buy them all right now, because I think just like Legends, they're coming again. And then it would just really depend on what one you like. Like, do you prefer the game style Zartan as opposed to whatever the classic one? I mean, even that one, there's not a lot of difference. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Joes got me excited and got me worried, because I was like, I'm going to buy them all.
That's the thing, exactly. And I can see I'll end up in on them, which again, I don't have any issue with it. It's just that I think I'm going to start another line, and equally, I don't want to get to the position where, because I follow everything that Hasbro do, and we talk about it. Even the stuff I don't collect. I don't collect the Transformers stuff, but I love Transformers as a kid. So I like to see what they're releasing Transformer Tuesday. I like to see what they drop, what's coming out. I do like to look at some of those. And there's some amazing old school primes. There was a Cyclonus released a couple of weeks ago, which looked awesome. And I do look at that sort of stuff, keep an eye on everything. But I also see, comments wise, it seems stressful being a Joe collector. It seems not as enjoyable as I find with the Marvel Legends stuff.
Well, this is the thing. So with Barbecue, he has the Cobra Island badge on him, right? Now, I don't think that he's going to be majorly hard to get, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they with this Fan Friday, they did say we're going to be pushing out a lot more stock of the ones that you struggle to get. So like blood and things like that. And I think that people are getting blood now quite easily. I mean, I even got him. I think that there has been a bit of that, but with the other ones that aren't exclusives like that, I have a feeling that those ones have been fine. Like I've got most of the figures. I think the only ones I don't have is I don't have Viper, and I don't have the ones like the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander or the special edition Snake Eyes, but that was just because I didn't want them. I didn't want to spend the extra money for the same figure.
And
the only other one I don't have is what they call it, Regal Cobra Commander. All it is the exact same figure in light blue, and they just didn't release that here. And there was like some weird app they released it through, and as I said to you last time, the Cobra Commander figure is a little big for my liking, and I'm hoping if they do more classic, he looks more like how I imagine Cobra Commander.
Put him to scale. He's a little weaselly.
He's not short, but he's thinner.
He's thinner, and he's a weaselly type character, and that's not a big stocky dude.
Whenever I see him drawn all like buff, and I'm like, that's not how I imagine him. I imagine Destro like that. Destro's like a big dude. So Cobra Commander, I imagine him smaller, because even if you think of the cartoons, like, Serpentor grabs him and like throws him and stuff like that, so there's got to be that scaling. And the Joes have been really good for that. When you look at them all lined up, they're all different sizes and they look great lined up together, So, I can't say enough good things about them. They've got their downsides, and that's been with distribution in some ways. But overall, I think they're wicked.
And it's 100% with you.
Not only because I want the partner coin, but if anyone was asking me, I would definitely recommend buying them, just because they're when you have them in hand, they're such fun toys to have.
Yeah. Oh God,
the way that all of their backpack and their weapons all fit on the character, and just so many little things that they've thought about. These are things we talked about in the past about crossing over.
Yeah.
I think they're really good.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I know at some point I will be with you as well, because again, you hear me infusing about them in from the comic books and all that day, and I know they're out there, and I know I can get them, and I'm in a lucky position where I can afford to buy action figures. I've got a goddamn clue where I'll keep them, because I've now got 4 giant stacker boxes. I'm talking big proper 4 giant ones now, full of Marvel Legends.
My loft is filled.
Honestly, one of the boxes is so heavy, so I've tried to spread them out now. So I did have all the big figures, so Hulks, Juggernauts, Colossus, Kingpins, Man-Thing, Sasquatch, all those in one box. And I was looking at it in the shelf in my wardrobe. And I was thinking, that shelf doesn't look healthy, because it was starting to bow. So I've just sort of put them across different boxes. And I've got an action box. I've got a lighter box, which is where I go in every day and I rotate over. Like, these are the figures I'm going to do some photographs of tonight, or these are the figures I'm going to put at the top of the box because we're going to talk about them when we record, or something like that. So I've got a go-to action box now with some top ones in, and then
you just put out
it's like Tetris. Get every box out, stack them out, choose what I want, swap them all over. But I have no idea where I'd put the Joes, but equally I 100% agree. If you look at the Black Series, the Marvel Legends, and the Joes from Hasbro, there's no doubt that the Joes are the superior figures.
On our last episode, when we spoke, I had Flint and Lady J, didn't I? I didn't have Major Blood at that time, did I?
You didn't, no.
Do you want to see him?
Just secured him. I would love to see him.
Right, well, here he is. Now, he fell over, so I'm hoping he hasn't lost anything. No, he hasn't. Cool. Right, so, Major Blood. So I've got him with all his gear on at the moment. So there he is.
Ooh, look at the face. It's so realistic.
Yeah. So the face, the helmet comes off.
Brilliant.
Right. It stays on perfectly. So there he is.
Something else. Look at the gear.
All right. So the helmet, there it is. I actually held this up to your face, but obviously you can see the camera. So if I pop that on, it'll stay on there.
Oh, perfect. Right? Job done.
I'm going to take all his bits and pieces off. I just lost it.
And
great.
Do you know what? That's great though, because normally to do the helmet, if you take the helmet like a Lego figure, you take the helmet off, the shape of the head underneath.
Yeah.
It has normally configured to fit an accessory, but this one is not. You could have that without the helmet. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can have it either way. So I just lost a piece. A bit just fell off, and it's fallen down. But it's not an important bit. I've got another one I'll show you. So dog tags. He has, you know, he collects the dog tags. So there they are. So they come off. He's got a gun here in his holster.
Holster there, yeah.
Nice big.
Oh, chunky,
big
nice.
Gun, right?
Yeah.
So and you can see here he's got on his arm. I don't know if you can see it. The Mars logo.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
So he's being a merc for Destro.
Awesome.
Nice robot arm. This bit now on the fan thing. This part popped off. There you go. So you can see what.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And it's just got two
wicked
little pins in there.
Two little pins.
So
good size though. So sitting there quite snug.
Yeah. So that should pop back on quite easily. There you go. This first time I've ever taken that bit off. So there you go. That's back on. And there. So he's got his robot arm.
Excellent.
So yeah, this arm is cool. This is a really cool robot arm he's got here. Double elbow joints on it, of course.
Excellent.
Double knees.
Double knees.
He's got his boots.
Good boot swivel.
Yeah, he's got a good boot swivel there.
Nice design on the boots. A lot of detail on there.
Yeah, lots of detail. So Artan's got new rocks on, you know, with the flames on them and stuff. Yeah, he's got the drop down. You can't see on that one. He's got the drop down.
Yeah, drop down hip. Yeah.
He's got good bend back.
Double ab.
Good bend forward.
Excellent.
Head movement, rocks up, down, left, right, everything. Really nice face.
That's really good detail. Really good detail.
He also has a backpack. So what I dropped was one of his rockets. So he's got the rocket.
Okay,
fit on the backpack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it could be stored there. Also, he's got his gun, which pops on the side of the backpack, and the rockets can go inside the gun.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. So that it just has a little hole there on the side there.
Yeah.
So you know you can have it just stored away on the side.
Perfect.
And then the rockets come off, and they just clip in the backpack there.
Decent figure.
There you go. Yeah. Brilliant. And then of course, as with all classic Joes, he's got his hole on his back.
Yeah.
In the armor, and that just lines up, and he pops his backpack on. And
awesome.
So yeah, I mean, he's a really nice looking figure.
But it was hell on earth when he came out. There was just immediate disgruntlement that you could get it.
Yeah. So what happened was when he came out, he was also Target exclusive, which makes everyone sad.
They love it. Yeah, they love it.
He's got his holster there, which his gun fits in perfectly.
Brilliant.
And you know, Major Blood came out, and everyone's like, "That's a really cool looking figure," which it is, and everyone just went out and got it. But in fairness, with this one, they got quite quick at getting the stock back out there.
Good. Okay.
And you know, as I say, I was able to get it over here. Yeah. So it hasn't been as bad. And initially, there's people going, you know, I can't get blood, but very quickly, I'm seeing everyone having blood now.
That's what I see now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that kind of turned me back to that. Or should I get into the Joe collecting, because that retrieved the situation quite quickly. Whereas all that, and I feel so sorry for the guys on the Hasbro live stream when they announce the Joes, because they know the two words to rankle everyone is Target exclusive, and it's not just the Joes; it's all the figures.
Oh yeah. No, they have those and the what other ones they have? They have the Walgreens exclusive, Walmart exclusive.
Yeah,
you know, all those ones piss people off, but they keep doing it. So yeah.
The cheddar cheese must be there for it.
Well, that's it. So yeah, I'll have to find out. As I said to you before we recorded, I've just got a pile of toys here, so where that missile's pinned off to, it's just in there somewhere. I'll have to find it. I actually, the first day I had it, I dropped it on the floor and it bounced, and I was like, oh man, and it just like was somewhere, and I had to like dig around for ages.
No.
So yeah, so Joe's lovely figures. But I mean, since last time I've got a few older figures. We both got Deadpool.
Yeah.
Haven't we? Yeah.
Did. Still not open mine yet.
Haven't you?
No, still not.
It's awesome.
It is amazing, isn't it? You've done some really brilliant shots on your Insta with it.
yeah, I've really enjoyed playing with him. It's almost the retro Spider-Man. It doesn't have the drop downs on the hips, but other than that, it's pretty much the retro Spider-Man. It moves identical. It's just those hips. But yeah, I'm loving playing with it.
It's wicked.
Posing him up, and
that's a very stylized, iconic costume, that one. So yeah, I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan from the comics, to be honest, but I did, as soon as I saw that, I was like, no, getting it.
That's
so it was available,
Deadpool, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's pure Rob Liefeld Deadpool.
And
although he's got feet.
He's got feet that actually are human, yeah.
Human being.
And his skeleton probably fits in his body.
Yes, true.
I like Rob Liefeld. He's a really nice guy. He comes across like a really nice bloke online. But there's no denying he has got some dodgy drawings.
I met him at a con. He was a friend of mine. Yeah, a friend of mine, Paul Star Hero. Hello, Paul. He is massively famous globally now, and he does Deadpool as one of his key figures. And he was guesting for Rob hired him at con as his Deadpool. So I knew Paul, so I was able to chat to him, and I was debuting my Endgame cap then as well. So it was, and I was about 3 stone lighter, and it's the Endgame one. It properly makes you look absolutely like properly shredded. So I was like quite good at chatting him for a while, and I had like 5-10 minutes when he was just getting ready to start signing. He had a queue like 100
I bet he did,
deep. Yeah. But yeah, he was good to chat to, and he's an awesome artist. There's no getting away. Everyone takes the mickey with the feet.
Well, I mean, if you see his non-comic book drawings, he's done like some portraits and stuff. They look great. They're really good. Yeah. The only thing I say with his when he draws comic book faces, it's almost like he always draws his own face.
Yes. Yes. It's the equivalent that every female that John Byrne drew had the same face.
Right. Yeah.
Lois Lane, Sue Storm, She-Hulk, the Wasp, any female he drew had the same face. But Rob Liefeld, any character he draws like that, it's him.
It's males and females. So I bought some older figures. As I said, I got the Hydro Man to fight Spider-Man. There he is.
Love that.
I do. It's obviously the wart comes off the feet, so he's got normal feet. However, the arms are as they are. The only thing I don't like about the arms, they do have hinges, right? But it's almost like, why? They don't go any further than that. So it's like,
a bit limited.
Why put that there? Like I kind of feel like, there you go, that's about as far as that will bend.
But then equally, why not give him arms same to the feet that can go onto the figure?
Yeah, or you know what? I'd have taken a cutaway here and had a bend in it, because he could be in some really cool poses, but it's really limited, and it's so hard to make him look like he's
menacing.
Like I want to get him in some poses, but it's really difficult to get.
Do you get a water head?
No. This is it. This is what comes with him. It was. I think it was going a bit cheaper. It's a bit of an older figure, and I just wanted a few more baddies to go with my retro Spider-Man.
He's cool.
And that.
He's
and
very
I was
cool.
Like, you know what? Hydro Man's pretty cool. I'll get that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we both got Electro. I think
we did. I love that figure.
Yeah, so
I had it last time. Yeah.
So
he's an awesome figure. Love it.
So yeah, I quite like that. Won't go into it too much. We spoke about it before, and also last time it took us 2 hours. Going back to another one of yours, I got my.
Yeah, I love that Vulture. Yeah, I completely forgot. I put some pics on my. I did a Sinister Six setup, and I had Spidey in some chains.
Yeah.
But I had a mental block for a moment, and I put my Beetle in, which I love the figure because it's an awesome figure. I love the Beetle with the bright green and the purple. And I was thinking, as I was setting up, so Doc Ock, Rhino, Speed Demon, Boomerang, Mysterio, and then I put in Beetle, and I was like, I was like, I don't know if I'd forgot to put Vulture in.
Right.
I must put the Vulture in. The Vulture's the one I
Did you
want
know?
to put
I'm
into the
pretty
beta.
sure I saw him in a couple of your pictures.
So I've done a
You
Rhino
done
and the
X?
Vulture.
Oh yeah.
So I've done some little segments. I've done against some individual characters and in groups as well. I've still got a couple more to put out. I've got Doc Ock and I can't remember what that one is in a scene. Oh, Scorpion in a scene and Wood Mysterio and that sort of thing. So I just I took a load of photos and spent hours just doing all different Sinister Six poses and montages with them, and then hanging him off of a rope in front of my TV, hanging Spider-Man and waiting for him to stop spinning
around
to just catch him at the right moment. So he was like kicking Boomerang, that sort of thing. But
so that came out good. That looked good.
Yeah, I suppose that. Yeah, but that's a great Vulture. I forgot to put him in, but
it is. I mean, on mine, one of the holes in his arms is not as tight as I'd like, and it pops out the wing pops out quite easily. So I might have to.
No, but the lower right.
Yeah.
Same here.
Same as yours. Oh, okay.
Same here. So I think it's a design thing. I don't think that's yours.
Yeah, so I might have to just mess
and it doesn't sit because it's the same as the Falcon. I've got the comic book Falcon one.
Yeah,
and they're obviously the same wings, painted red against the green.
Those fit the same way.
They fit perfect. So they fit perfect. So when the arm is bent, you've got complete curve because it's two parts, isn't it? So you've got one part at the top and then it joins up behind it. Whereas that Vulture one, they don't sit flush to each other. They look like two sections. Yeah. Whereas the Falcon one, so I think it's more likely the slot on the Vulture's arm.
It is, yeah. I think that one's a bit wide. But yeah, I mean, Vulture's cool like that. I picked up. Did I show us this one last time? No, I don't think I did.
Prowler, yeah, got that one. Love that one. Yeah, I bought the whole wave. It's a great figure, isn't it? Yeah,
it's good. The only complaint I would have is, and it's just maybe this one could have done with butterfly joints because when he's standing straight, his arms cannot go any closer to him than that. So butterflies would have really allowed him to.
And you want that menacing sort of hiding in the shadows with his arms.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to get him into a few better poses, but still he's quite good. I quite enjoy him. The cape's decent. It doesn't get in the way too much. And, so it doesn't come off balance. His feet are good. He's got really good rocks on his feet.
It's really chunky. It's ideal.
And they stand well.
Yeah. I gave that to my kids. I gave them
you said
Peter B. Parker, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Ham. And then I kept the Hand Ninja and Frogman, and obviously I bought the whole set because I wanted the Stiltman builder figure. But I do look now and I see them playing with them, and that's great. They're playing with them. That's what they're for. They're fun and enjoying them.
Yeah, of course.
I wish I kept the Prowler for myself. Got to sacrifice. The sacrifices you've got to make.
And you saw him playing with it in the bath as well.
So I play him in the bath, which is a little bit of a mini freak out. Yeah. Yeah, so I handed them over. They're not mine anymore. So
that's it. That's why I handed over Power Rangers.
Cool.
So I also picked up this figure. So it was the Captain Marvel Nick Fury.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
It's
Samuel L. Jackson.
It really is. But obviously, I didn't want him as Nick Fury. I wanted him because when I got the red Power Ranger, it had like a head that I needed a black person's body for because I don't have one, and I wanted a suit or something like that.
Yeah, bystander guy.
Unfortunately, now I might have to first try and heat up the head because I couldn't get it on here.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that when I do put it on, he's going to look like he's got no neck. And that would suck, right? Because I think that head could look quite cool in this black suit. And I'm like, it'd just be like some dude, like wherever. I need some like heavies and stuff like that. And I'll show you the one it is. I don't know the Power Rangers. It's like Beast Morphers or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's this head.
Okay, so
I think it could look quite cool, like
it would.
Yeah. But I haven't been able to do that yet. So now I've just got Samuel Jackson figure, which if I ever try and use him as anything else, it'll be like, well, it's Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So like, I did have him as a background character on one of my photos, but I'm kind of like, everyone's like, oh, Nick Fury's in the background.
Nick Fury,
right?
and it's good he hasn't got the throw. Otherwise, he'd be Jules from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, well, that'd be cool, right? But yeah, so I don't know. I bought it for that reason. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with the head. Still, it's a nice guy in a suit.
Yeah.
It's Sam Jackson.
That's only trouble. He's so recognisable. Oh, he got a goose as well.
And that's it. Yeah, he's so recognisable. That's the problem, right? But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to play around with it. Under the jacket's pretty cool though. Like he's got like his you see his holster and everything.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he doesn't come with a second pair of white shirt arms, so I can never take his jacket off. Have him like that.
No, so, weird, isn't it?
But anyway, you know, I've got to figure.
I guess if he's in the background and you blur around that, you can get away with the features potential. That depends what sort of shot you were. What you want to set up though.
But yeah, you know, I got that one, so I've got another one in my collection. Then I got Movie Venom.
I love that. Actually.
And I really like
that figure. Right? I do love that figure.
There's two Venom figures that I like. One is, I think it's like a deluxe one.
Yes.
It's quite big, and it's got
it's like the Thanos deluxe came out a while ago. Yeah. I've seen
I like that one. But other than that, this is my favourite Venom, and it's a really nice figure. It's really
that looks better. Actually, that does more justice to the Venom character in the movie than the movie than seeing it in the movie does. Yeah. That looks better.
But he scales well next to Spidey.
Good scale. So, he did a great shot holding Spidey. Holding that, you know, worked perfect. Yeah.
So perfect. I've been wanting a good Venom. I'm not like a massive Venom fan. You know, he's all right. He's not my favourite character, but he's not my worst. But I wanted something like a Venom to fight Spidey, something big, and you know, and there he is, and he's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a look at that bend on him.
That's a good pose. That's a really good pose.
I'm going to buy a pot of black slime so that I can do stuff with it. And it's nice and shiny as well. He comes with 2 sets of hands, and he comes with a second head, which I have put somewhere. It's just a mouth shut head. I've lost it. It's a mouth shut head. So it's the same as that, but just like sort of grinning with his teeth out. I did actually put it down here, but I don't know what I've done with it.
It's on the floor of Major Blood's rocket.
Oh, here it is. No, here it is. It's that one.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So that's good for like your shots when he's actually up close with Spidey or wanting to be menacing. Yeah, that's good.
So
that's a really cool figure.
It really is, and it just came out here in the States. I've seen people have had it for a while, but mine just came from Star Action Figures.
Yeah, it's with the Mobius. It's the Venomized range, wasn't it? Was it the Morbius one as well? The Living Vampire, the range, wasn't it? Yeah. So there he is. So it's good. Got that. We both got Crossbones. Did indeed. Oh, he is ready to go.
Again, got a nice figure.
Gun behind head pose at the moment. Yeah.
Nice figure overall. He doesn't always stand very well.
Stands a nightmare. I've got him leaning at the moment. Stands a nightmare, I think. There's the awkward, the left swivel on mine. Its default position is at an angle,
right?
And so I'm almost trying to force from the knee in, straighten the leg up. But then he looks like he's like very bow-legged after that.
Oh right, yeah. No, but he is a bit like that.
Yeah.
Again, a figure that I think could have done with butterfly joints, because I'd like to have him being able to reach across with his gun.
Yeah, exactly. You want to do the whole arms fold.
Because he's bulky as well, it's a bit difficult to get him into those poses.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like it. It's a nice figure. I'm going to have to, obviously, you said to me you can go against my Bucky because I don't have Cap.
Yeah. That's what I wanted him for. I wanted him for Cap, which I've done some shots of them together, and also I've got I think both got Red Skull on the way as well. Got a classic Red Skull on the way as well. So I wanted to put him in with that Red Skull, and I've spent the last couple of weeks real splurging on villains. I wanted more villains. I wanted a
Yeah,
real
me too.
get a lot of bad guys. I've gone on a real villain spend in the last
Yeah,
couple
I
of
mean,
weeks.
I just put all my baddies together against whoever. so they all fight Spider-Man baddies. They all fight Captain America baddies. You know, whatever. And then what else did I get? So then I needed Spider-Man hands. Right?
Yeah.
So first I bought the Pizza Spider-Man, which I think I showed last time.
You did.
I?
You did. That's right.
That's that one. And the hands didn't fit.
Then
I found out that the one I needed was the Mary Jane Spider-Man 2-pack here.
Yeah.
Which I have. And he comes with another head which I like more than the one that came with Peter Parker. So this is the original Peter Parker head.
Yeah.
I think I've put it in the box. But as I say, I've got a big pile of toys here. But the other Peter Parker head, unfortunately, when you put it on that Peter Parker, again, he has no neck.
Wow.
Very, very irritating to me. And that's that head.
And absolutely no neck at all. That's a shame.
When he's on, he's got no neck. So I can't really use it on that body unless I'd have to sort of raise it up a little bit, which you can do. But so the problem was, and I think, again, that this might be a fake, right? Because, again, it's got a bit of a wobbly torso.
Yeah.
But the hands had the same pins as the Pizza Spider-Man. And I was just like...
Which they shouldn't have.
I was like, come on, man. So anyway, bit of magic of sandpaper.
And going to fit.
There
nice.
You go.
Oh, good.
Retro.
Good scale.
Now,
yeah, absolutely.
I've got nice, tight crawling
Excellent.
hands. There you go, on
That's
and off, just like normal ones.
That's what you're missing.
Yeah, so my retro
That's
now
what
is
you're missing.
perfect.
Yeah, this is the Select Spectacular Spider-Man.
Right.
Which I picked up last week. And it's got two, so it's obviously got a Spider-Man face mask. This Peter Parker head is just too big, because obviously it's a 7-inch figure, the Select, to put on the retro.
Right, yeah.
It just looks slightly disproportionate.
Big head. Big head.
Really cool camera on a chain.
Now that's good. How does that camera look with the Legend? Does it look
a bit slightly too big? You get away with it because photographers have big cameras, so it does work. You can get away with it. So I'm gonna use it for that. The face on this one is really cool. It's got a nice little quiff on his hair. Yeah, he's got about three different pairs of hands. He's a good wall crawling hands, but again, too big for the retro because it's a Select figure. And he's got really cool way he holds his mask.
Yes. Yeah.
So nice. Poses really well. My mask. My son saw this in the shop, so he asked if he could have it, and because he beat me to
no,
it.
I want it.
Yeah, so I let him have it, but he lets me share it, and this one doesn't go in the bath.
Oh, that's good.
So,
because that wouldn't go down too well with it.
Yeah, but it's a really cool figure. Very cool. Let's put that mask back in there.
So, do you have the Pizza Spider-Man or any of the other ones with the crawling hands?
No, so I'm going to need to do that and get that because I want the crawling hands.
Both of those I got them for about 17 quid on eBay.
That's a good price. That's good.
And I mean, I bought them solely for the hands, but actually, I really like the figures as well. I like the pizza one.
I like that figure. Yeah, it does look good.
The other one,
good shapes.
The other one I do like. I'm not a big fan of the coloured eyes and all that, but I really like the blue on it. And in a way, I wish the retro Spider-Man had that blue.
Yeah, that's on Dan Slott comic run about 2015, and it's awesome costume, but it didn't have the blue eyes on the figure in the comic. So it's weird that they've given it to that figure, because that suit with the illumination around the spider. It's weird they've done that with the eyes. That's a really cool figure.
It is, and as I say, I wish that blue was on the retro because I think it would look much better.
I do agree. The blue on the retro, I think, is a little bit darker than I would have liked. Just a tad.
Yeah.
Just edging the dark side too much. I have to sort of lighten up the contrast on pictures out with it, but then it makes the red look a bit off.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
So other than that, I got a couple of bystanders. I got a Miss Elizabeth WWE figure.
Yeah.
Now she was only, I think I got her for like £9 or something. So I had to do that.
She's off to the prom.
I know, right? Well, this all comes off. This is all Velcro. So if you take that off, she's got like a
Oh, cool. So it's
tighter one. So I could just have that and then leave the skirt on, because otherwise, obviously, it's just like a, you know, wrestle in like a unitard or whatever they call it. But yeah, so I had her in the background. Her head doesn't move because of her hair. Like
big hair.
Yeah, but you know, she's all right. They're okay figures. They're not on par with the Hasbro ones, but you know.
But again, for a bystander, it's ideal.
Yep. And then I got this other one, which is someone called Rhea Ripley, who's there.
Wow.
And I plan on having her, maybe, I did use her as a bystander, but maybe as another Dreadnought chick.
She is, she's very niche bystander, coming out of a club, like coming out of an S&M club later.
Well, when I get my Punisher bike down, I might put a gun in her hand and put on the back, sitting behind Zartan, when Zartan's riding, and have her like shooting from behind. You know, like,
she's a Dreadnought groupie. That's a good shout.
Yeah, because I could put her with one of these guns. Like,
that's good. Yeah,
have her just on the back, like doing a bit of a.
That's good. Fits well there. Yeah.
So I thought, because in my mind, you know, you've got your Dreadnoughts, Buzzer, Ripper, you know, Monkey Wrench and all them lot.
Yeah.
But I thought that, you know, as a biker gang, there would be like all these other ones.
Chicks hanging around.
There's got to be other ones that are there, like cannon fodder.
Yes.
You know, all the other ones that get shot.
Drinking their grape soda and eating their donuts. Yeah.
And grape soda being one of my favourite drinks. I'm also a Dreadnought. So got them. And then, so my birthday's coming up next month. And as I said, my mum's been visiting. And she was like, we went to get my daughter a birthday present, because my daughter's birthday on tomorrow. And while we're in Smith's Toys, you know, I looked at the Marvel Legends. My mum was like, well, I need to get you something. So won't you, you know, pick a couple of figures? I was like, no, you know, don't worry about me. She's like, well, I want to get you something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a Morbius.
I like it.
I quite like this figure. It's cool. So yeah, he's cool. He comes with
poses really well. I've seen the pictures you did. Poses well.
Yeah, he does pose well. But he comes with the Venom Pool builder figure pieces. And that looks like a really cool figure when it's complete.
It does, actually. I saw that on eBay, actually. It does, yeah.
And actually everything in that wave looks cool as well. And I'm like, oh man, that could be.
And it's only a 5, I think, that wave, isn't it? From memory?
There's it's 5 in that one. Well, I got 2 pieces with him. So I'm like, oh, that might be something. Anyway, so I've got him, and I got the Omega Sentinel.
Yeah.
You have her as well, right?
I don't know. I looked at it, but I didn't. I went light on the House of X in the end. I got the Magneto, Wolverine, and Cyclops. Nearly bought Professor X at the weekend, but I elected not to.
Right. So she comes with a second head.
I like that head. Yeah, that's.
I do as well. Yeah. And she comes with other arms, which obviously you can just pop them off here.
Cool.
Pop off the arm.
Yeah.
See?
Cool.
And pop on gun arm. And she's got that.
Nice.
And there's her other arm is a fist one.
That's
pretty
nice.
Cool. I like the figure. It looks cool. I like the colours of it and all of that kind of stuff. The only problem is that with the House of X ones, I got Wolverine and I got Cyclops. Right, and now I've got her, which means that now I have that.
Oh, gotta finish it.
So now I'm like, I need Magneto, I need Jean Grey, and I need who else do I need?
Professor X to finish it off.
Professor X, yeah. And I got Moira, so I forgot. So hold on a minute. So I should have one more part, shouldn't I?
Yes. Moira, Professor X, Magneto, Wolverine, Cyclops, Mega Sentinel, Jean Grey, 7 in the
So
wave.
what am I missing there? Because I've got an arm with one of them, I've got a leg with one of them, and I should have another arm or something, I think. Did I put
So
it
you're
in this
missing,
box?
yeah.
Have I lost
So you,
it? I put
oh
it somewhere.
no.
It's not in this box. I put it somewhere else.
Oh.
Ah, this is going to be a moment of tragedy. I will find it, but I must have another piece kicking around somewhere.
So it sounds like you should have 5. You're missing 4. So you're missing Jean Grey, Professor X, and Magneto.
And Magneto, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to have to. I might have to complete that one.
If you're not getting Magneto, you can have my arm, because I'm not gonna get the set, so you can have the arm.
I might do that then, because
if you
I looked at the Magneto and I didn't like it.
Oh, I love it. I love that white suit. So consider.
I didn't like his face. I was like, it's all squished in there, and I've got the other Magneto weird, coming. So.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. And I've got another Magneto. I've got Magneto with the red and black suit from a few years ago with a second head, without the helmet, so I can swap those over. So for the white one, I can swap those over.
And
so
that would look cool, yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool. And that looks more in keeping. I can do him sort of relaxing with Professor X in that one, just sort of talking. So I will get the Professor X at some point. I mean, it's easy to get. It's not hard.
Professor X. Oh yes, they have loads of him everywhere.
Yeah, it's just boring.
Well, so Smith's Toys that I went into, other than Morbius, all they had were these, and they had this one. They had Magneto, they had Professor X. I think they had like one Cyclops, and I was kind of like, "Oh, do I get Magneto?" I was like, "I don't really want him," but because I knew that I was starting to put that figure together, not on purpose.
Correct. Yeah. Well, if you get
okay.
the rest, you can take it to red. You can have the arm. Because
cool,
I'm not going to get the set, so it's there if you need it.
Yeah, I mean the Professor X. I look at it and I'm like, I don't. Like the body, I would probably just use for something else. He's got a head that's got its eyes closed, and he's got the stuff coming off him, like his brain.
I'll tell you what would be good, and I saw it today, and I'm going to do it with my Apocalypse. So I've got the deluxe Apocalypse, and I've got the Joe Fixit Builder figure. Someone had put the Apocalypse head on the Joe Fixit Builder figure, so you've got Apocalypse in a suit. A massive dude in a suit.
And he
looks amazing. He looked just like when the X-Men, now they've got the island of Krakoa and their quiet council, the committee. It looked perfect. But they'd put Professor X in a blue suit. Don't know what the character is.
You can buy that figure.
Right, can you?
It's in my wish list. It's because they've got the it's one of the wheelchair sets. I think they used it's the Professor X from the movie. It's the one that has Patrick Stewart and the
Ian McKellen double one. Yeah.
No, it's the one that has
James McAvoy, the double set. Is it that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one, and it comes with a blue suit, and I'm like, I want that because I've seen some people put the Cobra Commander head on that suit, and I was like,
nice.
That looks good.
Nice. So that's a great shout.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I could use the brown suit, or I could use anything to.
Yeah. If you change the hands on the Nick Fury.
Yeah.
You could put then he's in a black suit with Cerebro. Because I think the Cerebro, the head. Is cool.
because the neck is a black guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that's
it's
painted in, so it would look weird. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like there's another Professor X with a green suit you can get. There's quite a few suited characters that you could easily sort that one out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But I like that set because it comes with a wheelchair. It comes with the Magneto, the movie Magneto. Which looks cool. Like the costume looks cool.
I love that costume. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't remember which one it is. It's the Days of Future Past one, I think it is.
It is. That's right. The second movie. Yeah. It's like it's got the brown, the arm sort of chest piece one, and the cape which hangs to one side. Yeah.
So I'd like to I'll put that in my wish list. So I update my wish list just before my birthday in case anyone wants to buy me stuff. Go to my wish list, and there's some things there that I might want. Although the thing that I've got at the top of my list now is a hot wire cutter because I really want to do some more diorama stuff, and I need one of those. So
you realise.
I think that's that's my figures up to date now of what I've bought since we last talked. I really need to slow down because
ditto.
I feel like I'm buying too much. And the other one I've got is Rage. I've got him.
Yeah, got a figure. I like that figure. Yeah, it's a good figure.
Yeah, I got him for like £9 as well. So
yeah,
I've got to do that.
The feet are a bit like Crossbones, though. He's not the best to stand.
Right. So that's the figure that I'm not familiar with. Sorry, the character I'm not familiar with. And I didn't know anything about him. So it's only after I bought him, I decided to have a little read. And it was like, oh, he's a good guy. And I was like, oh, I really wanted him as some kind of like just some thug.
Yeah,
like,
Elvin Halliday, 13-year-old kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
God,
but he's good.
I didn't look like that at 13.
Yeah, he fell in. He was
now.
he was being chased by the white guys in a race attack, and he fell into a toxic chemical river because that's
the one that was left over from Daredevil.
The one that was left over probably from Daredevil, yeah, from the toxic stream, and it bulked him up. But he is essentially a 13-year-old kid. He joins the Avengers without them knowing he's a 13-year-old kid.
Right.
And it's quite a good story because Cap takes him under his wing, not knowing he's a 13-year-old kid, treats him as a new superhero. His first fight, he goes up against Doctor Doom, and he almost sparks out Doom and nearly kills everyone because he doesn't realise that actually Doom was actually there to help at that point, and he rushes in headstrong kid, and then it's quite a mystery over quite a few issues of Cap trying to uncover who he actually is with a secret identity. But I've got a nice collection of Avengers from that era in the 90s. I've got Cap, I've got Black Knight, I've got Submariner, I've got Iron Man. So now I've got Thor, I've got Hercules on the way, a She-Hulk. So I've got a few from that era that work quite nicely. So having Rage as well, he goes quite well in that. And I've got Black Panther, so it goes quite well in that set. So yes, I've got him a while ago. But he's a bit. I actually think. Do you know what? I'm looking at it now. I might dig him out and have a look. The boots, I think, are pretty similar to the Crossbones ones.
Yeah, they might be reused. Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. But he's a good figure.
Speaking of Cap disappointment, there was obviously Xavi were unable to send us our Captain on his bike, which is a real pain because had him on pre-order with them for ages, since March, I think it was. And your figure's due. Nah, can't do it. By which time it's gone up in price everywhere, so I can't get it now.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Nice one, Xavi. Thank you for your great
customer service there.
And now I'm worried because my Marvel Select Hulk has been on order there for the same amount of time. It's past its due date, and it keeps saying processing, which just tells me I'm about to lose that. And again, that Marvel Select Hulk is no longer the price it was when I ordered it.
That would worry me.
There. And that'll really piss me off. So that's probably one of the figures I've had on pre-order that I've been the most excited for is that Hulk. And I'm just like, great, that's going to be one that I'm probably not getting. So,
it's a worry with Xavi, that's a worry. Because their track record is not great. I mean, I ordered my...
it makes me not want to order from them again.
What exactly? Basically. Exactly. I nearly got stung with them on the Moon Knight, when they released the all-white Moon Knight a couple of years ago, and that was a Walgreens exclusive. I managed to get it through Xavi, and it sat, and I just didn't trust. I was buying two anyway because I was one to box, one to open. So I've got two, and so I bought another one anyway. So I was a bit more relaxed about it, but I genuinely didn't think I'd get it, and then eventually it did drop in the wild. So I think it was only. It was the price that drove me to the Cap and the bike, the World War II Cap and the bike initially, because I didn't trust Xavi. Unfortunately, that was proved right. But I'll hold out hope because I did go through that same thing with the Moon Knight. It took forever, and I did get it. But their track record not the best at the moment.
No. So I mean, I have had things from them in the past, and they have come through. But yeah, it's not one that I put a lot of faith in. It's like, will they, when they, that Hulk, man, I'm well wanting that Hulk. You've got it.
It's brilliant.
I've been wanting that for absolutely ages. And it looks so great with so many, it looked great in photos and you can do so much with it. I love the size of it compared to, the Legends figures. all of that.
It really works. Yeah, it really works for that. Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So is that you with your ones? That's you up to date, is it? I mean,
So I've
you
got,
want to show
well,
us our absorbing man and all that stuff?
yeah, so the Absorbing Man is awesome. I really love him. He's a really good size. He goes perfectly.
So cool.
The ball's a bit plasticky, so I'm actually going to play around. My first experiment, I'm going to paint this up a bit. I'm going to just dirty it up a bit. It's very clean for his wrecking ball at the minute.
I would say see if you can get a chain and just make another wrecking ball.
Yeah, I've got some chain that's not long enough. I've got some chain that I use on the Spider-Man. I did this in it's a 6-shot, and it's like an old bike. It's like an old not bike chain. It's a door lock. You know, the old drop the deadlock across on the door. The old chain. It's one of those. It fit perfectly for that. So I'm gonna play around with it, and then I might just get like a light sort of ping pong ball, and then paint it. So I don't need to worry if I get it wrong because I've got this obviously, but I want to do something that's a bit more realistic looking. It looks very plasticky.
Yeah, see if you can put some wire through the chain so that it becomes posable, and then you've got a metal chain that you can pose.
Yeah,
that would look quite cool.
Yeah, but it's a really good. It stands really well. It looks perfect. He's got good old grimace on him, proper Carl Krill face on him. I've done some shots of him battering with Thor. Obviously, it was a builder figure, so there's no alternate arms or anything. So you've got the metal arm, you know, whatever he's absorbing there. But really pleased with him. He's a great figure, and that was a real bargain because about 4 months ago that was going for about £70 on eBay, and I picked this one up at 30.
Excellent.
So I was really pleased with. Yeah, really pleased with that. The Loki's seen, the Wolverine is seen. I've yet to unbox a Taskmaster.
Haven't seen Loki close up.
So let's dig up Loki. So Loki's really cool. Got a real devious little impish face to him.
This is what we talked about, wasn't it? A shame he didn't have another face. So
didn't have another face. Yeah. I wanted a moody face, and I was going to do him slouched across a throne,
like you see him so many times.
Like the bored god that you see him so many times. So I'm going to do him like you've got your trooper in the background with your tray. I'm going to just have him head down, either sword in front, or I've done a couple where I've had I put hands behind back and just have him stood in the background. I've just got to loosen him up because I want to get the hand up under the chin and the arm folded and get him into that, you know, evil genius.
It's a bit stiff, is it?
It's a bit stiff, which is fine because it's good quality. It means, you know, and it came perfect box with the builder figure part as well, which is the Red Skull builder figure part. But it's really cool. It's really obviously, you know, proper throwback to the comics, and it goes great with the 80th edition.
Oh, I bet.
Thor. Yeah. It's perfect for that. So yes, pleased with him. Scorpion. You've seen the stand up Loki. You've seen the Crossbone. I've been on a bit of a villain splurge as well. So I've got Whirlwind from the Masters of Evil. Nice. Which is really cool, and it's not the best figure. I do like the body, the chest piece is well detailed.
Was this another eBay one?
Yeah, another eBay in the box with all the parts as well. Right. Yeah, 18 quid.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the discs come off, so I can use those in terms of throwing. And I wanted more enemies. I've got so many spider villains. I've got about a dozen spider villains. But I wanted some like classic Avengers or Captain America villains, so I can do some different sets with. And then obviously I've got Batroc on the way, and Thunderbolt on the way, and Absorbing Man now, and Loki now. And then we've got a Red Skull coming, and we've got I've got Dormammu coming as well, so I can do some Doctor Strange stuff. Again. Do you know what? I'm watching one at the moment, 24 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it wasn't I bought a shitload of figures lately, I would have already bought one as well. So I'm gonna have to get one. But so I've got 2 AIM troopers, so I'm gonna have to get a Hydra one as well. So he's cool. And then I've finished off the current wave that's available of the little retro figures. So the little 3.75 inches now. So I've got the Elektra figure, cool. Which, you know, these are just cool. They're never coming out of the box. Never play with those. There's nothing special about them. But I'm a sucker for these old school.
I'd like a new Elektra for Legends.
Yes, that's a good shout. That's a really good shout. And then the Iceman one is pretty funky.
Oh yeah,
It's good. Yeah, it's very cool. And the Daredevil one, and okay, gonna slag off Amazon again here. So it's £9 on Amazon. The Daredevil one, figure's great. It was just in one of their cardboard A4.
Oh yeah. I've had things like that. Yeah.
So
No
the
protection.
box. Now you see that now. Look
Yeah.
at you see the warp on that. This has been under some of my Art of the Movie books at the half point. Obviously, I can't put the figure under to keep it flat. I just can't get it, and I don't want to push it, force it, because otherwise the card, the on cards, bit that sits on the shelf will pop out.
Yeah.
So it just irritated me that, because Amazon,
so careless.
fine, they're not toy collectors, fine, but don't just put it in a shitty little flat cardboard thin A4 envelope.
And sometimes they overpack, right? Like you'll get something that's like there'll be a massive box and tiny little thing.
I swear to God,
packaging.
I bought a charger cable for Kindle, my son's Kindle, just the cable, which all comes wrapped up, and the box was bigger than the box this came in. Utter nonsense. I actually took a picture this a couple of years ago. I posted it on my Twitter because I was just so infuriated by that. I don't. When we talk on these shows before, I always talk about the packaging. I do get annoyed by the amount of plastic that's in the packaging. I think there's better ways they could do that and still make the boxes attractive and the figures attractive. But yeah, that was annoying. And that went to a locker as well. That went to an Amazon locker. So they were literally just putting it flat in a locker. Need to just launch it in. So that was it's disappointing, but I think eventually that will probably work itself flat, and then obviously I've got all the other the ones in the original set. So you've got the Hulk, and there's two Spideys released with different art, and the Cat with different art, and you've got the Carol Danvers one as well, and then the Magneto one is pretty very cool. Nice. And then the one that's quite funky is a really funky Human Torch.
Are you going to put these up on display?
So these are definitely, when we're just sorting out our office at the moment. So we've got when I work at home, my wife would share an office. She's in there predominantly, but I want to move. I've got to change.
Make her look at your figures all day.
Absolutely, and then she'll get bored and go leave the office and go work somewhere else. So I'm going to on the shelves, and then I'm going to stick them, just secure them to the back, and then we'll have those ones up because that's what I bought those for, to keep on the cardboard and keep in there. But yeah, so it's about 12 figures over the last couple of weeks, and again, I always seem to have on eBay at least 3 or 4 figures in the process of being posted.
Right.
And then I know we've got coming up. I've got the WandaVision, the MCU wave.
Oh yeah,
Wanda, Vision.
And I've seen these appearing in stock in places. I've seen like Disney Store saying they have them in stock, and I'm like, oh god, am I about to get a whole bunch of toys turn up?
Yeah. So what do you buy? So I actually cancelled the Zemo and the Sam, the Cap figure, because I've got the Select Cap, but I know I'm going to get it because I want the Cap figure to fit, with the same size as the Legends, because the Cap one in the Marvel Select will just be too big. Sam Wilson is not big, he's not a tall dude, so he's not a tall dude. But I'm going to miss out on the wings because I don't want to spend £120 to get the wings.
No, out of that set, I've got Loki, I've got Wanda, I've got Zemo. Who else was there? Oh, I've got US Agent, but I've also got his Cap version, which I've kept on there. That one's just going to stay in its box. Going to only see, because I knew they're going to. Although it's probably not going to stay in its box because you get the head. So because the other one doesn't get the head.
It doesn't get the head, does it? That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
I might take that out. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got.
I cancelled the US Agent one purely because it's not. It doesn't. And if I'm wrong when it arrives, it hasn't got the white stripes.
Yeah, and maybe I should cancel it because I'm pretty sure they'll do it again. And there's a part of me, it's like, because Ryan on the Marvel fan thing?
Yeah.
He said something about, oh, maybe we should do another comic version again.
Yes, he did.
And that's
he did say that.
Maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to cancel that one.
Yeah, and this is the trouble with this figure is a classic of it's been taken from the concept drawings for the program, because I collect all the art of the movie books, and they're big, like 40 quid books, and they're massive coffee table books. They're fantastic, and I've got all of them from all the movies they've ever done one. So I've got, and they're doing them for the series as well. So I've got the WandaVision one on the way, Falcon and Winter Soldier on the way. So I love those because you get to see some of the designs that didn't make it to the show, and I have no doubt that within that book will be this costume that this figure's got, and then they've gone for one at the end with actually got the white on it. So yeah, I did think about getting it because I've seen a tutorial. Someone on YouTube, someone's already got it, and they've painted it,
added the white. Yeah,
it looks awesome, but I think they will.
They will do it again. You can get acrylic pens. You can just use those.
True.
But yeah, I think they will do it again. And as I said, he has mentioned a comic book version of it, which I think if I had a choice, I'd prefer to have a comic book version.
Yeah.
When I buy the figures, there's nothing against the MCU. I like all the MCU stuff, obviously, but I always prefer to have the comic style.
100%.
I mean, obviously, I've got one of those, and that's the thing. When I put him in a scene like that, I'm like, that's not Nick Fury. Like he doesn't.
It's indeed, it's almost Joe Robertson, isn't it? As assistant editor of the Bugle.
Robbie Robertson. That's what I want.
He's too noticeable, isn't he?
He's too Sam Jackson. So I was like, how could I make this into him? Or what could I do? Because
get the pictures of Spider-Man, mother effer.
I really just want a figure of him because, as I said, I'm going to do a Daily Bugle scene. I need my wire cutter so I can finish the wall accurately, and then I don't have them at hand. I was in a shop. We're gonna wrap up in a second. I was in a shop called Flying Tiger today. It's a little. I don't know if you've got any of those near you. It just does all kind of random stuff, bubble machines and squidgy.
Okay.
And, whatever, random.
Yeah, not all of those. All right.
Whatever. And they had like a few bits for dolls' houses, and they had like pots and pans and forks and knives and stuff. They were all 1/12 scale. And my wife went, "Oh, you'll want these," and I was like, "Yes, I do." They're like £3, right? So I had to buy them because I was like, "Yeah, because I've seen a couple of people do a scene like where you've got like Peter Parker in his loft apartment, like looking out of the window, and they've got a sofa and stuff like that there.
Awesome.
And then I had like seen another one, someone had done a fight scene in the kitchen, and I'd seen someone, and I was like,
that's cool.
That'd be quite cool, like
that's cool.
And I was like, yeah, like things like that, the pots and the pans and the cutlery, they're just the things that are there in the background, like all this stuff that you see behind me or behind you. We've got our stuff. And that's the stuff that makes it look real. I was like, £3, I've got to buy them. How could I not? So yeah, I picked up a few of those bits and pieces, and I really want to. I need this. I need my space because I want to get back into doing some dioramas and start to make nice photos. That's the fun. You get the figures, then you put them in some cool poses.
That's the fun. I love it. Absolutely.
It always, it's good.
Yeah.
So
that brief moment between finding the perfect pose and quickly take the picture before it falls over.
Yeah.
Which, having the treat with the Absorbing Man and Thor, I just got them into a really good battle pose. I was like, yeah, I like this. Just got the right angle, tilted it, so I wouldn't have to adjust the orientation after. Done it perfect. Yeah. Literally click, and then they collapse. And I was like, that's fine.
That a few times, I
got the one shot. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I saw something somebody did today that I'm totally going to copy. Was that like on a lot of American houses, they made that wood paneling.
Yeah.
And they just made that a bit of that wall.
Oh, nice.
The shot, and it was. I can't remember who it was on Instagram. If I could find them, I'll mention it maybe next week. And they had a scene of it was retro Spider-Man, and you can see Dr. Octopus in the background, and his tentacles coming out of the window, and Spidey's holding tentacles flying out of the window.
Wicked.
So the shot was wicked. Then they show you how they did it, And when you see it from the side, it's only a small piece. And I was like, I can totally make that. So I'm going to have a go at making, and not necessarily to do that same shot, but just because it's a piece that you could use for doing numerous other shots. So I want to have a go at doing that. I just need the space to cut and do things.
Get your desk back. Get your desk back.
Working area. So yeah. Right. Anyway, anything else from you?
I think that's all good. I think another good little powwow there. About
a good little long powwow again. And now I get the pleasure of encoding this video.
Cool.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, I'd like to just say, if you've managed to get this far, please give us a like and subscribe.
Definitely.
And share the video. All of that stuff helps us out to get more people watching us and listening to us ramble on about toys.
Yeah.
So if you like toys, I hope you like listening to us too. So until next time, where can they find you online?
Give me a shout. Mighty Marvel Mix on Instagram, same on Facebook, and Marvel Mix on Twitter. And you can pick up some stuff about our actual other podcasts we do. Or you get a Mighty Marvel show on YouTube as well, where I do anything from action figures to movies to comics as well. But ideally, this one, share, like, subscribe. Put in the comments what you're liking, what figures you're collecting, what you're into, and that'd be great. That's where I am.
And you can find us on Old Chums Geek Chat as well, which is a Facebook group where it's just people that like the same kinds of stuff, and this where this podcast will be shown as well. You can find me on Instagram at SpartanX1, so it's Spartan_X and then underscore and the word 1. And I'm on Twitter at 1933 Eagles. So it was great talking to you again.
You too, buddy.
A couple of weeks, I'm sure we'll have a few more figures, and
we might have 1 or 2 by then, I would think.
1 or 2, just 1 or 2. And that is when we'll catch you all for another powwow.